Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. Today is Friday, June 14th, and I'm just going to go over my trades for the day. Once again, like I discussed in the introductory, if you haven't watched that, you can find it on my channel. What I have done today is I just did a sim trade. I did sim trading, and I think it's important to document this as well because a lot of people don't follow sim trading the way they should, and I'm included in those people. You need to sim trade as if it's a live account to make it so that you can actually trade your trades like they're live accounts when they are live accounts. So it's important to practice your trading the way you will actually trade when you have your live account going. That being said, like I mentioned in my introductory video, my live account resets on the 15th, and so that's tomorrow. Obviously, there's no trading on the weekends, so I will be implementing my trading strategies into my my live account starting Monday. But that being said, today I took a trade. I took two trades. I tried to take the trades on NASDAQ. That's where I've been using my strategy lately, looking for supply and demand zones and trading off those, and also doing 1 minute gold line trades thanks to Bob Anderson and his journal channel that he started. Once again, if you don't know about him, I'll have the link for his channel in the description. He's been a great asset, and he's a really good mentor if you guys are new to trading and need some basic guidelines to follow. But that being said, I couldn't trade NASDAQ today because it was not working on my Ninja Trader, which is what I use. And so one of the instruments that was working was gold, and so that's what I traded on today. I do like trading on gold, but like I said, my most recent strategy that I've been working on, I've been only using NASDAQ with 2 minis. So instead I went with gold with 1 mini, and I also changed my ATM to a 2020. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the chart. I'm going to show you the trades I took. Once again, this is just a screenshot of it, so it's not super high res, but you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So let's look at that. So let's look at my chart here. We'll zoom in a little bit, but the time frame that we're looking at, this is Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the West Coast, and you can see here what I've done is I've drawn in some supply or demand zones, support and resistance, and we have this resistance area here that I had drawn in, and you can see it had tested it here. And what I'm looking for is I want to see a big push in a direction from a zone. And then what I usually do is do the top of the candle, and then I pick a location where, like I did the top of this body on this candle as well, to create that zone. And then you can see where it's been tested again. And when you get double testing like that, to me, that's a good location. So what I'm looking for then is for it to get, I like to go midpoint of the zone, and I just put in a sell order at midpoint of the zone. So that's what I did here. I put in a sell order at midpoint of the zone, and that's just with one entry. I didn't particularly like this push and how it had kind of double bottomed here. And so it came in my direction like I expected it to, and you never know if it's going to or not. I had my stop 20 ticks up, I might take profit 20 ticks down. I actually, as soon as this one ended, this candle ended, I went ahead and moved my stop to just above this candle. And then I kind of looked at the market and went, well, I've got a zone here. I'm going to go ahead and take my take profit to about 10 ticks, and I just drug it up and put it at 10 ticks. As I was dragging it up, it came down and hit my take profit, and as you can see, it would have gone for more. I think it wouldn't have quite got to 20 ticks. I think it got to about 15 or 16. So it was actually good that I took profit a little early. That was $100 on that trade. And then what happened was, as you can see, price went ahead and it broke structure. So it broke through here. And just to give you guys a reference of what I'm doing with my support and resistance, I look for this support and resistance here, and I look for it to make a move. Usually I want to take profit at the most recent support zone or just above it, a couple ticks above it. So normally I would have tried to take profit right above this zone that was created here, this support area. But like I said, what I saw led me to want to take my profit a little early, and so I did, and I'm glad I did because it returned on me. Now, what would cancel out this trade and make it so that I get out of the trade here, so I entered here, 20 ticks would have been like here. This is kind of where my stop was. If price had come up against me, like it did here, like say I entered here and it just kept going, what I look for is price to open and close like this. So this green candle right here, if it opens and closes above my support or resistance zone, that's when I consider my trade failed. And so then I would just cancel my trade. So you take a loss, right? But then you're only taking about a 10 tick loss here instead of letting it go all the way to your 20 tick stop loss. And your 20 tick stop loss acts as a buffer to allow it to move and give a little breathing room, because sometimes what happens in these support and resistance zones is it'll spike through, right? It'll spike through and then it'll just go back down into the zone, and the zone holds. And if you have your stop loss right at that right above the zone, it'll just take you out, and then you just lost your trade that could be successful. What I like to do is, if say this thing went against me right away and it spiked up here and kind of started doing this garbage, I probably would move my take profit to break even. That's what I normally do. I go, okay, I see you're doing all this gobbledygook garbage. I'm going to just move my take profit to break even here. And lots of times when it's doing that, it'll consolidate enough and before it continues on, it'll come down and it'll fill your take profit and get you out of break even. So then what I did, my next trade, as you can see here, we had a Donchian high reached. So that's what this line is, a Donchian line. And then this is your 9-minute EMA, your gold line. So this is all Bob Anderson stuff here. That's what this set up. And then I just took my trade at the break of this green candle here after it punctured the gold line. And all I was looking for was it to get back up to the previous high. To me, that's a lot more likely of a trade than if you allow it to go the 20 ticks, which is what Bob Anderson goes for all the time on this. I look at more of like a scalping scenario. So I had my take profit a tick below this previous high, and then I have my stop loss below this swing. So I was actually still at about a 1-to-1. I think my stop loss was at 6 ticks and my take profit was at 5. So you can see at the end of the day, this is my P&L, up 150 bucks. I called it good. 2 trades, called it good. And that's part of what I want to be able to do with my strategy, is know when to just call it good for the day. Don't give the money back. We're going to call it good. So that was today. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the last couple days as well. We have these are, let me zoom in here. So this is Wednesday, and it's kind of all over the board here. I might not even go over this, because what I can tell you is that on Wednesday, I ended the day up $210. But as you can see, I took 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I took 4 trades. I took 4 trades on Wednesday. And I was being very conservative with my trades. I'm not going to go into all these trades that I took, but they were all based off the same type of system. For this one, for instance, as you can see right here, this is a good example of my support trade. These were gold line entry trades here that I just jumped out of because they were hesitating too much. So I went ahead and did a take profit break even. This was a gold line. What was this? Oh, this one here was me seeing it reaching for the red line. And so I went ahead and jumped in expecting it to get to the red line and going with my take profit at the red line. A lot of this is intuition stuff, or like I said, if you watch these things enough and you go, okay, this is what it's going to do. This is what it's doing. It's reaching for this gold line. So this resistance zone was from previous in the day, and I went ahead and I put my sell target right here in the middle of it. It came in, took me in, and as you can see, it went right against me. And you guys can see that, right? It went up here and it spiked up, but I had my stop loss was up here somewhere. You know, I'm at 40 ticks on this. 40 is what I do with the NASDAQ. So I'm like, okay, I don't like what's going on here. And then it jumped around like this. And once it did this, I try to be conservative. You know, I don't want to blow a bunch of money that I don't have to. This was a strong push, even though it didn't meet the criteria to close the trade, it spooked me enough that I went ahead and I put my take profit to break even, and that's what it did. It came down and hit my take profit. That's why it says target here. I think I made $10 on that trade or something like that. And then I came down here. Let's see, what was I doing on this one? Like I said, I can't remember. This was a couple days ago, but so this was Wednesday. Like I said, I was up 210 for Wednesday, minus some of the commissions and stuff. I was probably up $140. Okay, so then this was Thursday, and here I had a support zone that it came down, tested, and blew through, right? And this was too early for me. I wasn't here looking at the charts at this point. So here it came back up into, so after blowing through the support zone, it came up into it, and then I expect that to be a resistance zone, right? So I missed my entry here. I would have liked to have taken my entry at the middle of this resistance zone, but I saw the charts when it was here, and I was like, man, that's a resistance zone. And I jumped in. Now, this is a FOMO kind of a move. I shouldn't have jumped in that early. It automatically started going against me. It freaked me out. I put my take profit to break even, and it came down and took me back out of the trade at break even. I think I made $10. I made $10 on the trade. So then it came back up. I looked at this and I was like, okay, so what we have is it's consolidating in the zone. So we have a consolidation. And then I saw this red candle here, and I looked at this red candle, and I'm like, okay, you got consolidation, you got it trying to push out in one direction, then rejecting automatically. And so I figured if it broke this candle here, actually this candle here, I'm going to take a sell and expect it to, honestly, I expect it to come all the way back down to the previous low. That's what I expected to happen. But once again, I'm only going for 40 ticks. I got in, it hit, and it went to my take profit before I could actually even blink. This happened so quick. It went right to 40 ticks, and I was done for the day, up 410. Excuse me. So that was Thursday, and like I said, Friday was the first one I went over. So this is my first kind of a trade recap. I'm just doing the previous 3 days. I traded Monday and Tuesday as well, but on Monday and Tuesday I just kept trading because I was more like focusing on how this trade system is working, so I would just keep trading and trading and trading. I'd lose some, I'd win some, and on Monday and Tuesday, each day I was up over $300 at several points, and I would have stopped if it was a live account. But like I said, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I really started treating them like this is my live account again, and so that's why I was stopping once I got to a profit area, and that's what I'm gonna use as my momentum going into Monday, and keep going with that. So that's it for today. I'm hoping for the best come Monday. Hopefully you guys will be along supporting me, and thanks so much for anybody watching, and any comments you want to give me, any words of advice, anything like that, I'd be welcome to them. All right, appreciate your time. Thank you.